back to Hi Guys, BDR here, and I'm back with a discussion video, another discussion video. Today we're going to be talking about, the 17th birthday isn't going to have a collection chest this year. The reason why I'm making this video is that, there was a tweet that went out that said there will be rare shops for both the birthday and Halloween, not a collection chest. This is in response to player feedback saying that we've had too many collections close together. So we'll try this change and see how the community likes it. Now, before I start, my opinion on this, my 2 cents on this tweet, I just gotta say this, right? Now, each year there's like 7 collection chests that are given out. There is Nullgap's birthday, which is like in, mid-January, and then 2 months later we have Dage's birthday, and then 3 months later is the summer collection chest, and then 3 months later is the Talk Like a Pirate Day chest, and then 1 month later, October, is the birthday chest, 1 month later is the Cyber Monday chest, and 1 month later is the Christmas chest. So there's about 7 collection chests given out each year. And if you want all 7, you would have to spend 70,000 ACs to get all of them. Now, I understand 70k ACs, like not a lot of people can do it. I understand that's like at least $100 that you're spending if you want all 7 collection chests. If you're really trying to collect every single collection chest in the game. So I understand the reason why players have been saying, we've had too many collections close together, especially around, the last 4 months of the year, September, October, November, December. There's like, 4 straight months of chests, and, not a lot of people can drop a 10k, then, go buy another, $40 to $100 package. I get it. So I'm making this video is that I just believe that, this video is also going to talk about how, what could be some solutions. I'm going to introduce a concept later on. Mainly, I just want to say that I feel like the birthday should include the collection chest. I feel like this was like a bad time to really do this experiment. I feel like you should have done this experiment around Cyber Monday, because I feel like, the anniversary should be no brainer. It's gonna get a collection chest regardless. And the fact that the birthday collection chest that there isn't gonna be a birthday collection chest this year is just like, it's really saying that that anniversary should be cared about less, because when you look at it this year so far, it's like every celebration has gotten a collection chest. Like every big celebration, it's like Dage, Nullgaf, Summer got 2 different collection chests. And I know that they were introducing a new concept about splitting the chest up into 2-3 parts, but you were still paying like 10k ACs. So we're not going to talk about price there. It just feels like the fact that Summer got 2 chests, meanwhile the anniversary of your game, gets is not gonna get one this year. I just feel like that's just completely absurd. But they should have just waited until like after the anniversary, did this experiment with Cyber Monday, because it's just like, I'll at least say this: anniversary is more hyped than Cyber Monday / Black Friday. I'm sure it's probably like majority of the AQ Roads community would agree that much, because it's like, going around the grapevine, it's just like, Cyber Monday / Black Friday usually gets mixed, feelings. People like, the reskins, the black, gray, LED reskins, and there's some people that don't. I mean, it's just that, here's the thing about collection chest, right? I made a video about this before, how to, approach collection chest. Link will be in the description. So the thing about this, in short, is just that if you're gonna buy a collection chest, you should like look at each part, scroll through the shop, look through all the things that you like, And if the total sum amount is 8K ACs or above, then you should buy the chest. I feel like there's also a mindset between the community where it's just like, hey, people see 10K chests and they like, you know, they see like a cool armor set, but, oh, they think they have to buy the chest to get the set. And it's just like, no, you know, how they distributed collection chests is like you had two options. You could buy the chest for 10K Cs, or you could buy the individual items that you like. It's like I feel like some people will probably feel like, they see like a cool armor set in the collection and they think they have to buy the whole collection together, even though there's gonna be items that they don't like. And I just feel like no, you could just buy the individual items in the chest. Like that's always been like a cool concept and it's been like a bargain. Now it just feels like, this year people have to like probably spend more than 10K plus ACs if they want like, they want like a bunch of items for the shop. And that's like a good thing about the collection chest. It's like, they do have like what, like near 200 plus items in the shop. That's like probably in total 35,000 ACs, but like you get like a discount for like 10K. And even if you didn't want to buy the chest, it's like you could just look at individual items that you like and, buy them for there. That was always like the good thing about collection chests. Now this year, we're just gonna go back into like, if you want like majority of the items, chances are you're gonna spend more than 10K this year. And I just feel like, here's where the collection chest comes in, where you get to save some ACs by paying, the fine of 10K, because it's like these chests, like I said, 200 plus items, like, you know, 35K ACs, if you're gonna buy the whole shop separately. And I just feel like, whoa, that's a bit too much. I like the whole, I could buy the entire shop at the discount of 10K ACs. Now, as a person with, that owns at least, 10, 15 collection chests, I kind of have, I kind of know what I'm talking about. It's like, you know, if you own more than, you know, 10, 15, 20 collection chests, comment section right there. I mean, now then, now to talk about, too many collections close together, you know, I have a concept, right? I feel like, a concept that they should do. I feel like they have to cut some collection chests going into next year and beyond because, you know, there are 7 collection chests given out each year, and paying 70,000 to get all 7, it's just like that's pretty crazy. You're spending at least you're spending like 100 plus if you want all 7 chests. That's assuming that you have zero ACs whatsoever. Let's say it's like an AC bonus. You drop 100, you're gonna get like 60K ACs, which is enough to get you 6 out of 7. Then you have to like, spend like another 20, 4, you have to spend like another $40 to get like, let's just say, the 18K, you know, ACs to like go buy, the last one, the 7th one, and it just feels like in total you're spending like 140 plus dollars, you know, to get to. I am talking about USD here, USD each year to get all the chests, and that just feels like that's crazy. I think here is that you do need to cut some. I feel like the chest distribution should be like this, January, Nalgaf's birthday, mid-January, and then 2 months later, you know, Dage's birthday. You cut the summer collection chest. I just very believe that the summer collection chest, the summer celebration is usually one of the more pricier celebrations because, you got the 6K chrono that appears in the Hero Mart shop. You have the summer LQS, and then you have the summer collection chest. It's usually, I feel like, if you cut the collection chest, it at least be somewhat more affordable for people because it's like when you look at it, summer is one of the more pricier celebrations. You have, like I said, 6K chrono. You have the limited quantity shop where like majority of the AC tag items are usually, 1200 to 3000 ACs, and then you got like a whole collection just to worry about later. I mean, yeah, I feel like Summer didn't really need a collection chest. I feel like they're just fine with an LQS. So you cut that, right? So like after Deja's birthday, you don't see a collection chest for the next 6 months, and then you have Talk Like a Pirate Day. Like Talk Like a Pirate Day, I understand people, have mixed feelings about navels and whatnot. You know, it's like, from day to Talk Like a Pirate Day, you have 6 months, which is like plenty of enough time to accumulate ACs to to buy the collection chest for Talk Like a Pirate Day. That's pretty good. And then 1 month later, obviously you have your anniversary, and that's your final, collection chest of the year. I believe that the anniversary should be the final collection chest, leaving it at 4 collection chests per year, which amounts to 40K ACs, which is like under a $100 package. Even without a bonus, you get 40K AC, so you can afford all 4 chests with this, with this concept idea. Well, instead of like spending, 70K on, 7 chests. Now you cut Cyber Monday because I feel like, compared to like, the 4 celebrations that I mentioned, Talk Like a Pirate Day, Anniversary, Deja Nogaf's birthday, Cyber Monday's got to be one of the least hype celebrations compared to them. And I feel like people would be just fine with it just being a rare shop. Same thing with December. It's also right there with summer being the more pricier celebrations of the year. With you have an LQS also in December on top of like a 10K chest. I feel like you cut that, you just make it a rare shop, you know, and then you have the LQS right there, so it could at least be somewhat more affordable to people. Now, that's how you can like solve this, the collection chests being close together. As you saw, like, there's like, some gaps there and there. You're still gonna have like 2 straight months of chess, but I feel like 2 straight months of back-to-back chess sounds better than, 4 straight months of back-to-back-to-back-to-back chess. It does kind of solve that, it is kind of like a solution to the too many collections close together situation. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much, been it for this, collection chest video. I do believe there are like too many collection chests being distributed this year, each year, and I feel like if we cut the number from 4 to 7, I feel like, you know, players would be, happier with the decision. And I will say this, yeah, there's always going to be people that are like not going to have the funds in time to like buy their armor sets, this, that, but at least with like a collection chest being around, you can at least, review the chest. And if you really want said armor set, you would just, use your items of donated awesomeness on a chest instead of you using multiple to complete an armor set that you missed out on. You tell me which sounds worse, using one item of donated awesomeness to get a chest so you can get that said armor set, or using multiple items of donated awesomeness for said armor set. You tell me in the comment section below. Alright then, that's pretty much been it for the video. How you guys feel about this decision? Is it good? Is it bad? Like, or it's just like, you feel neutral about this? Alright then. Hi guys, out. Also watch out for bonus clip. So yeah, guys, those are all my collection chests. Which one is your favorite? Comment section right there below. All right, hi guys, out.